I'm Godzi Ziio.
Godzi.
Just call me Ziio.
Ziio was born in 1731 in the Kaniehtí
Well, I'm not even going to try and pronounce that.
in the Mohawk Valley. She died in 1760. Ziio was next in line to becoming the clan mother, and from an early age was being groomed for leadership herself. Through her life, she voiced her thoughts, opinions and concerns about the colonists moving in on their territory. Many people from her village wanted to stay neutral, but she was convinced that they represented a big threat to their way of living and to themselves. She often argued with anyone who would listen to her to convince them that they should take action and not stay silent and neutral. She refused to follow orders to stay neutral and took matters in her own hands. In 1754, Ziio was captured with fellow natives and brought in a convoy to a slaver named Silas Thatcher, who was located in a fort. Fortunately, her convoy got ambushed by Haytham Kenway, the Grand Master of the colonial Templar Rite, and his fellow Templar members, who had the intention of killing Silas. Inside the fort, the Templars freed the captive natives and killed Silas, with Ziio smiling in gratitude. Later, during winter in 1754, she was greeted by Haytham Kenway again.
I come in peace.
Why are you speaking so slow?
Sorry.
In short to say, Haytham wanted information on the first civilization and showed her the amulet he had acquired in London. Ziio recognized the symbols on the amulet because she and her people were familiar with the first civilization, and her village protected the first civilization site, believing it to be holy. But of course, Ziio wasn't going to give up information all so easy to an outsider. Haytham had to prove himself to earn her trust. This shows us that Ziio was alright working with people who weren't natives and came from different countries across the world. She and Haytham worked together many times after that. In 1750, Ziio gathered natives from different tribes to help her and Haytham to kill Braddock, who attacked several native tribes and is currently leading an expedition. They ambushed Braddock and his troops. During the fights, Ziio saved Haytham's life.
Don't. Hurry before he gets away! I said go!
After killing Braddock, Haytham gained the trust of Ziio and brought him to the first civilization site where the Grand Temple was located. Haytham and Ziio fell in love with each other and conceived a son named Connor Kenway without Haytham being aware of it. Her actions during the Braddock expedition and her relationship with a known Templar more or less excluded her from becoming clan mother. However, even after her son was born, she kept arguing for action in the war, rather than restraint and advocate with the elders of the village. She did however cut off her contact with Haytham because she didn't approve of the Templar ideals. She was afraid that her village would not accept her son as one of their own because of his blood, but they welcomed him with open arms as one of their own. She later died in 1760, burning alive during an attack on her village ordered by George Washington, but her son survived. In an alternate timeline, the Tyranny of King Washington timeline, where George Washington became king and ruled over America with an iron fist, Ziio was still alive and breathing well, and she worked with her son to defeat the Tyrant. Ziio infiltrated Washington's palace to steal the Apple of Eden that Washington used to control his subjects, and she also tried to kill him.
Nope.
After failing in stealing the apple and assassinating Washington, she returned to the frontier, but her actions had consequences.
How many of these fearless bluecoats have you brought down at a time? 2? 5? 10? Thousands will come to destroy us. Thousands that you awoke.
Washington traveled with his patriots through her village and slaughtered everyone there, with only Connor and a few others surviving the attack. But still she had a few small appearances here and there even after her death.
Adon Hageron. Why have you returned to this place? I weep for you, my son. I cannot forgive you, my son. My son, I am so worried for you. The sky journeys have led you astray. Give up your fight for the apple, please, my son. Please.
In deleted audio dialogue of Assassin's Creed 3, it was revealed that she was an ally of the Assassin Order, but not a member of the Order itself.
Tell me, how did you learn to speak English so well?
My mother insisted on teaching me, claimed I would have need of it one day. I wonder if she knew what was to come.
You're not the first of your people to come here. I knew your mother well.
Was she an assassin?
No, just an ally and a friend. There's much of her in you.
Ziio was a woman who stood up for herself and wanted to protect herself and others who she cared about from evil forces that wanted to do them harm. She was capable of performing leaps of faith, but she was not part of the Assassin Order nor the Templar Order for that matter. When Haytham Kenway and a few redcoats started a bar fight, she encouraged Haytham during the fight. When the fight was over, she noticed a small cut on Haytham's cheek and applied a cloth with alcohol to heal it. Haytham says it wasn't necessary, but she persisted to help him. I hope you enjoyed this short recap on Ziio. Personally, I really like her character, but I'm just a little bit disappointed on how her story ended. I hope you have a fun day or night wherever you are.